Well, hello and welcome. This self-indulgent piece of narcissism is me, hopefully doing my best to explain how I go about writing songs. If you want to miss out the boring bits and cut straight to the song at the end of this little film, then zip forward approximately 10 minutes. If not, you've only got yourselves to blame. I write about 95% of my songs on the guitar, and they all start with what I like to call audio doodling. Or in layman's terms, me pissing around up and down the fretboard trying out variations of chords. What I'm always striving for is 3 or 4 chords that complement each other and may eventually represent a verse. Followed maybe by another combination of 3 or 4 chords that may turn out to be a chorus. For the sake of this video, believe it or not, I have edited out the laboriousness of this task. No, honestly, I have. Top tip number 1 during the songwriting process is to always keep your fingernails on your chord playing hand short. I am, by the way, a self-taught guitarist, so please don't ask me what chords I'm playing this far up the fretboard, because I haven't got a clue. Not having a clue what I'm playing makes it even more satisfying when progressively something starts to piece together and emerge. At the tuning end of the guitar neck, I'm fine. I know my C's from my G's, my F's, E minors and my D's. And I do know that this chord is an A. And from having learned Lucky You by the Lightning Seeds some years ago, I know E minor and A go well together. So I'll probably pilfer that and add a C and a D. Top tip number 2, if you can borrow ideas from someone else's songwriting, brilliant. So once I have a run of chords that are starting to sound quite good together, what I like to do next is try them out at different tempos or in different styles, just to see if anything jumps out and grabs me. And in this case, the one I'm really liking is this. So once I've got the bones of the song in some rudimentary order, what I'll do next is create a pretty basic guide drum track, over which I can start to play with the chords and start working out the verse and the chorus and the middle 8. I do this on my Zoom HD16 16-track recorder with its numerous drum kits and rhythm sounds. After setting a tempo, I then create a very basic drum track. After this, I introduce my Boss ME6 multi-effects guitar pedal, which I've had since the 80s. I play my cheap Stag electric guitar through this and into one of the tracks on the 16-track recorder. I also play my old Ovation Applause semi-acoustic, whilst pulling my ugly deep concentration face, which I've unsuccessfully tried to obscure by adding an effect to this video. Whilst the basic drum track and guitar parts play through my headphones, I get a chance to mess around with any fiddly diddly guitar bits that might improve the song or add a bit more melody. Tip number 3. Always keep a running log of what parts you play into each track and what effects you might have used on them. In my case, this also includes any additional instruments and sounds I get from my keyboards. Namely, my Roland Juno D synthesizer, which, because I don't own a bass guitar, well, in fact, also because I can't play a bass guitar, any bass lines I create for my songs all come from me messing around on this thing. Along with any other instrumentation I think my emerging song will benefit from, which in my case is often string sounds, xylophones, accordions, various horns, pianos, or organs. And if I can't find anything suitable on the Roland, then there's always the microcorg. Once I've got all these different sounds and parts down in some form of arrangement, I listen to the track without any drums, to give me an idea of the more elaborate drum patterns I think will supplement the song, which I then go about creating. This is my record sheet of all the different drum patterns and instruments I've used in creating this song so far. The one omission being the harmonica part that I thought the middle 8 of this song would benefit from. Which pretty much brings us up to the point where I need to be thinking about some lyrics. Which, seeing as all of this is coming together whilst the UK is deciding on the Remain In or the Brexit referendum, is probably going to have some influence on what I come up with. Though hopefully nothing too dogmatic. A lot of my lyrical ideas come from conversations I overhear every day. Colloquialisms, turns of phrase, anything I hear on the radio, in films, on TV, or in real life that make me think, ooh, that'd be a good lyric. Or a good name for a song, and into the notes section of my iPhone it goes, until, at a later date, I can shoehorn it into an idea I have for a song. Good examples of this being my partner and a sister discussing their mother's brief flirtation with slacks, or a colleague telling me of an instance in which her life flashed before her eyes, and the most upsetting thing about it, that it had all been pretty crap. So,
and after all that nonsense, this.